Hey there, this is Isolde T, and I want to talk to you about language. Particularly, I want to talk about kindness in language and how we tend to take certain phrases and words for granted. Particularly, we tend to look at what are otherwise really violent phrases and images as something commonplace and something we can say. Recently, over the last few years, I have become much more aware of that, and I've started thinking about it a lot more. And there are phrases that we say that I've decided to change. Here's an important one for me. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Yikes, right? It is terrifying. So instead of doing that, instead of saying, okay, I'm just going to say these things off the cuff, I'm thinking about them in terms of what is a good way to replace that phrase with something that isn't so violent but has the same meaning. And so one of the things that I've done is I've actually created and started a list of all of these sort of violent, especially non-animal friendly statements and phrases and idiomatic expressions, and I've turned them on their heads. So here we go. There's more than one way to skin a cat has become there's more than one way to bake a pie. The meaning is still the same, and yet the connotation becomes something a lot less violent and a lot more friendly. Here's another one. Okay? One of the ones that I adore the most is this one. I have taken the phrase, I don't have a dog in this fight because dog fighting is heinous, and I've transformed it into, I don't have a chili in this cook-off. So I get to say the exact same thing, and that's a really important part of this. The flavor, the connotation, the feeling behind the phrase needs to be essentially the same. It's just not nearly as cruel. So we have, I don't have a chili in this cook-off, or I don't have a pie in this contest. So you can take I don't have a dog in this fight, or I don't have a horse in this race, and turn it into I don't have a chili in this cook-off. And in fact, I've had lots of people start saying those phrases and getting back to me and saying, oh, this is fabulous. And then they ask me, can you turn this one into something that is more animal friendly and less violent? And so I'm starting sort of a list, if you will. If you have one that you'd like to see turned into something that is a little bit less violent, let me know, because I'd be delighted to do it. Let's see, here's another one that I kind of went, oh, this scares me. Kill two birds with one stone has become pet two cats with one hand. And that's far preferable to me because who wants to kill them? And then one of the other ones is a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush has become a grape in the hand is worth two on the vine. Again, something that is less violent and more friendly, and I really like that. And then there are a couple that I'm actually looking actively for substitutes for. So if you have an idea about these next ones that you'd love to share with me, I'd love to put them on my list. And that way we can all use more kind, more compassionate wording. Okay? So here we go. I need substitutes for the following: canary in the coal mine, a snake in the grass, and the straw that broke the camel's back. Those are the three right now that I'm thinking of. And the problem with thinking of these is that they need to still convey the same meaning, and they need to be compassionate so that they're not such violent imagery, and instead convey the exact same meaning, but do it with more compassion and more kindness. I hope you've enjoyed today's little episode on communication in kind. I'm going to do more of this. I'm going to have a list up at isoldet.com. I'd love to hear from you if you have one's suggestions for the three that I noted, or if you have ones that you'd like to see me come up with as far as finding more compassionate and kind ways of saying them. Drop me a line, let me know.